Now it's time to move on to the M1 criteria, so the merit criteria. So please like, subscribe, comment, share, and keep the channel growing. Thank you very much. So for M1, it needs us to analyze how the principles of website design are used to produce creative, high-performance website which meet the client requirements. So for this one, you're going to want to use SEO analyzers. I've got 3 here, which I will paste in the link. But if you simply Google free SEO analyzer, you'll find dozens of them. I would suggest use more than one to compare them and see if the results are okay. So if the results are within range. So one SEO analyzer might say the website takes 5 seconds to load. Another one might say it takes 50 seconds to load. That's kind of a skewed one there. So just use multiple and you should get values within the same range. So again, Google free SEO analyzer and reference every single website that you've used in. So if you take a screenshot from one SEO analyzer, make sure you reference the website where it comes from. So let me just open these 3 quickly, just so you guys can see what they look like. All right, so this is the first one here, SEO Optima, or SEO Optima, I guess. This is Rank Math, right? And this one is SEO Site Checkup. So simply type your website address into the address bar here, and again here, and again here, and it will just do audit, and on these just do analyze or check up, and it will go through and do what it needs to do. Give it about a minute or so and it will finish. And once it finishes, you'll be able to see and compare the values together. So screenshot results from each of these and speak about some of the metrics. How long does the website take to load? Percentage rating from each SEO tool. So I'll do that quickly now and come back. The first thing I would recommend you doing after it does its thing is to maybe do a screenshot of these metrics here, these basic sections here. So this is from the first one. This is from the second one. Screenshot this again, and maybe screenshot this section here as well. And then after you screenshotted each one, you can speak about the scores. They're relatively similar in some degree. But after you've done that, what you ideally want to do is to scroll down and look at all these individual things that the SEO Analyzer has come up with. Now, every website is going to have different things, but you need to sit there and find what's common between them. And then you can speak about or compare those or speak about those things. Keeping in mind that we have to go back to the principles of website design. So when we go back to the principles, you have a massive list of things that you searched on Google yourself or in a previous video, which I've done. You can look for the principles on here to see which ones make sense to speak about. Again, this is just another website SEO analyzer. Go back to here again. Here's another SEO analyzer. The next thing we need to speak about are scripts. So we need to know what are scripts, read it, understand it, rewrite it, and reference it. And under that, we could have the types of scripts that there are. So there are about 3 or 4 types of scripts typically. We need to know about those and what kind of scripts are on your website. So again, I'm going to include these 3 links. I haven't used them myself in great detail. These are Chrome extensions. So you actually have to click onto these, a few of them anyway, and add it to Chrome. So in my top hand right corner here of my screen, as you can see, I've got Paperpile, I've got Grammarly, I've got Chrome Remote Desktop. You will have to click in here and install it. And when it shows up in Chrome, then you can use it to analyze the websites, and that should give you an indication of the type of scripts being used on the website. So please, please, please check the description again, look at how these things are done, and that's how we get to know what kind of scripts are on the website. Next, we have browser compliance, and the word compliance simply means, does it work with this thing? Is this compatible with this thing? So browser compliance, this might be a tricky for those who are using school computers. However, typically Windows has roughly 2 browsers installed. You should have at least Microsoft Edge on Windows 10 and what's the other one called? Internet Explorer, much older, and some things might not work with that. We might need to test the website on different browsers. Use your mobile phones as well. So again, me going overboard, but I do think if you do all these things, you should be on your way to a distinction very nicely. So do screenshots showing that elements load on the home page, or you can choose any page you want, but I think the home page makes the most sense. If something does not load in one browser, be sure to speak about it. So what I would do, what I've done in the sections below, I've taken a screenshot of my websites in Google Chrome and I believe Firefox on my mobile. And on my laptop, I've done Google Chrome and I think Microsoft Edge. So let me scroll down again. So separate mobile screenshots and desktop screenshots. So here I have my mobile screenshots. This is the same Amazon website, loaded in Google Chrome on the left here and in Firefox on the right here. You can create a grid like this, a table like this if you want, or you could simply put them underneath each other. Anything works fine. Speak about roughly how long it loads. So what you could say is Google Chrome loaded a bit quicker than Firefox, or Firefox took an extra long time to load. We don't have to have exact metrics here, but if you want to get exact metrics, it would be a good idea to actually have a timer, let's say, and start it when you click on the search bar. And as soon as it loads the entire page, there's no more spinning, you could stop it and time it there. So that's ideally how you should analyze things, but I don't think you need to go that deeply. And down here we have the desktop screenshots. So just the same, I've screenshotted this on Google Chrome on my desktop, and scroll down here. Do all elements load to compare to other browsers? You could do exactly that same question here. So let me copy this question and let me paste it under the mobile section here. So that's one question. Let me copy the other one as well and paste it on the mobile section. So under the mobile section, do all elements load compared to other browsers? So you do this for each web browser. So one for Google Chrome, one for Safari, one for Microsoft Edge, and one for Firefox. I think you only need about 2 or 3, but I don't think doing 3 or 4 is going to be a downside. There's no way you're going to lose marks for analyzing more things, right? Was the load time noticeably longer compared to other devices or to other browsers, sorry? Again, if you want to do your timer, that's perfectly fine. Firefox on my left, on my right here, Google Chrome on my left. Time it, see which one loaded faster, compare the time, speak about each of them, and that should be fine for this part. For the desktop part, I did exactly the same thing. This is a screenshot of Amazon on the desktop. This is a screenshot of Amazon on Internet Explorer. Now, surprisingly, I didn't expect this to work, but it worked really well. Internet Explorer is a very, very old browser, something I used to use when I was a child. I didn't expect it to work at all, but they've done updates in the past, well, in recent times, so it works fine. So, and I've left these two blank because I don't have these browsers installed. Now, this is why I said using it on a school computer might be tricky, because most school PCs just have Google Chrome and that's it. However, if you're on your own laptops, I highly recommend installing Firefox, Safari, whichever browser you choose to install. Make sure, again, if you're going for a distinction, do 3 different browsers bare minimum. So that way you can show that you've analyzed well enough. If the elements do not work on all browsers, you need to say that. For example, let's say Internet Explorer, this thing here, this animated background thing that's blue, didn't actually scroll through, didn't swipe through. That's perfectly fine. You say that and you speak about it. It's not your website. It really doesn't matter if it works or not. You're just analyzing the website to see if it works across multiple browsers, across desktop here, and across mobile up here as well. So if it doesn't work, please, please, please make sure you speak about them. Let's see what's next. So this video is going to have a lot of links in the description. So please go through each of them and make sure that you use them or similar ones. So we need to look at server-side factors now. Example, bandwidth availability, number of hits, file types. Analyze how each of your chosen websites have utilized these concepts. If they haven't, explain why. So just like before, what is a server? And if we're going to speak about servers, conversely, we have to speak about clients, because clients connect to servers. If you remember from Unit 1, we have servers and we have clients, and clients make requests to servers. Servers will answer those requests and send or not send the information, right? We need to also know what is bandwidth, read it, understand it, rewrite it, and reference it for each of these terms. So what is a server? Read it, rewrite it, reference it. What is a client? Read it, rewrite it, reference it. What is bandwidth? Read it, rewrite it, reference it. Is more bandwidth better or worse, generally speaking? And here we have a bandwidth website checker thing. This one gives information on scripts as well. So if you wanted to get some information on scripts, this is a decent one. Again, this will be in the description. So here we have the results from, was this Amazon? Yes, this was Amazon. Random stuff I've put here. So you need to pick out, when you use your website checker bandwidth thing, pick out the details, the information that you want. Now they've given us some good headings here. So bandwidth availability, number of hits, and file types. Under that, what are website hits and why are these important? So website hits, again, you need to research this yourself, but quickly speaking, the amount of people that go on your website per day, per year, per month. So again, I'll put all of these in the description. You have to click on all of these and figure out what they do, use them for your websites. Let me try and zoom in here a bit. Let's see if, So this one has, where's hits? Okay, here we go. Total visits. So hits are known as visits as well, 2.3 billion. It doesn't say 8.78 per visit. Okay, it doesn't actually say the time frame that this has happened in. Really doesn't matter, right? Just make sure that you have some metrics to speak about when you're speaking about it. You don't have to use this website. Other websites might have it as well. I might not be seeing it on this website because I'm reading very quickly. I might have cropped the screenshot too far in. Not really important. When you do it, if you want to speak about it, make sure you speak about it, okay? I honestly don't know how we would check the bandwidth availability of a specific website, because the bandwidth availability tells us, the user, what is the most data that this website can push through at any one time. I don't know how to tell that personally. So what I can tell instead is the page size. So every time I go to Amazon, this is roughly how much it downloads. Now I've confirmed this by using another service, which is down here, which tells me roughly is 3 megabytes. This one says 3.5, that one says 3. That's within range. I'll put, again, the links in the description. So next we have file types, and that's just the bandwidth file checker thing there. They showed most or all of the types of files on the homepage of the website. You don't have to check every single page of the website unless you have a website that only has like 2 or 3 pages, right? I think this detail is more than enough. Images will most likely be PNGs, GIFs, and JPEGs. So again, I'll put this link that I got this the screenshot from in the description, and it says here images. 82% of this website, which was Amazon, is going to be images. Another 6% is from scripts, the font, so the text that makes up the website is 4.7, XHR, so on and so forth. Okay, so this gives a decent breakdown of the type of content, so the file types on each page is not the exact file extensions, but the file types. So this tells us that images are on the website and 82% of the website is made up of images. So of the 3.5 megabytes I showed earlier, 3.1 megabytes comes from images. So this is how I would do it. This is a really, really nice breakdown. So that's it for M1. So for merit, I think I've covered as much as I could. I will be putting a lot of links in the description, so please go through the description. The links will be at the very, very top. Click on each link, put your website names and addresses in, screenshot what you need to screenshot, speak about what you need to speak about. It will be pretty obvious which website does what, but I will try and leave a decent description of each website. For example, the first 3 websites are going to be SEO Analyzer, free SEO Analyzer number 1, number 2, and number 3. And the next one might be Chrome Sniffer plugin for Google Chrome browser. All 3 of these are more or less the same thing, so on and so forth. Okay, so good luck with M1. Please like and subscribe, and let's keep the channel growing.